Chicago's French Market, which is in the West Loop neighborhood of Chicago. It has a huge variety of different vendors, and it includes two different vegan vendors. And the one that we're trying today is called Raw. Raw has several locations in Chicago, and one of them is here in the French Market. And there's actually a really huge variety of things to get from Raw, and as the name implies, everything is in fact raw. So here we have an empanada, and this is called the raw rolls. So they're like maki rolls. This was a sweet potato patty, and then hiding over here, I also have a mini tiramisu. So the empanada is not a sort of solid dough. Actually, the dough is kind of a crumbly. It tastes pretty good though. It's got a spiciness to it, lots of flavor. This one is the raw roll, which is their version of like a sushi maki. I'm not 100% sure what they're using in place of rice. I think it's actually a ground pumpkin seed or something like that. This one is called a sweet potato patty, and that's a cashew cream cheese on the side. This one is the raw tiramisu, so it has the different layers. I've usually really liked a lot of raw desserts in the past. They're often sweetened with dates, and they contain a lot of nuts, and those are two things that I very much like. Empanada, the flavors were great. The texture was a little bit unexpected. There wasn't a sort of crispy dough. It was very soft. But as I said, I really enjoyed the flavors, a little bit of spiciness to it. The raw rolls, which were like sushi, the flavors were good. Although I did miss rice. Obviously, cooked rice was not something that they're going to include in there. What was in there, I think, was like a ground seed. All the flavors were there. You know, it was definitely a lot like vegan sushi that I've had in the past at more traditional sushi places. Sweet potato patty was, I think it was primarily prepared as dehydrated. So it was actually fairly dried out. And that one had a chewiness to it because of that. That was pretty good. Probably the least interesting in terms of flavor. Dessert was the tiramisu, which was delicious. Any of these raw desserts are a lot denser than, like, you know, you would say a tiramisu, which has a lightness to the cake and cream in there. This is a lot denser, but the flavors are similar. You know, there's the sweetness, there's the cinnamon, and it's actually, if you get it in a little portion like I did, it's very satisfying as a little bit of a sweet hit. Raw food places in general have really interesting techniques. They use dehydration, they use sprouting, they use a lot of chopping and blending and pulsing. Anything that just doesn't get the food above a certain temperature, which is I think maybe 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So anything like that, the theory is that it destroys the raw food enzymes, and those are supposed to be good for you. I don't know if I really believe in that whole theory that raw food is necessarily more healthy, but it's interesting as a variety, something different to try, and I really appreciate that we have this option here. So Chicago Raw is located in the Chicago French Market, which is at 131 North Clinton. It's actually embedded in a train station, so it's a really interesting space, and there's actually all kinds of great food vendors in the French Market. So it's something really quite different, and if you're not used to raw food preparation, it's worth trying as something unique. Lots of good flavors, and I appreciate having it there. So, some people follow a strict raw food diet, so it's especially good for them if they want to have that option. So, well, if you enjoyed this adventure, please hit a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, subscribe to my channel and share. Thanks.